All right, today we are going to crack the code on a mental model that the world's most innovative minds use to turn these massive ideas into reality. It's called the MVP, and it's all about a simple, powerful truth. Sometimes good enough is actually pure genius. Just let that sink in for a second. Because every great idea, every single world-changing project, it faces one common enemy right at the start. And believe me, it's not the competition. It's us. You know the feeling, right? We fall into the perfectionist's trap. You've got this brilliant concept, but you get stuck, polishing it, tweaking it, planning it into oblivion. Before you know it, months, maybe even years go by. You've burned through all this time and money chasing some flawless version that, let's be honest, might be aiming at the wrong target entirely. But what if I told you there's a way to completely shatter that trap? There's a mental model that just flips the entire script, shifting your focus away from perfect and onto progress. It's a strategy for action, for learning, and ultimately for winning. Okay, let's dive into this. So this game-changing model is the MVP, the minimum viable product. But hey, don't let that name fool you. This is not about being lazy. No way. It's a razor-sharp strategy for learning faster than anyone else by starting incredibly small. So what is an MVP really? It's the most bare-bones version of your idea that solves at least one core problem for a real person. Think of it like this. If your grand idea is to build a car, you don't spend a year in a garage building a Ferrari. You start with a skateboard. I mean, it's not a car, but it solves the core problem, getting from point A to point B. The goal here isn't to dazzle everyone. It's to learn. Reid Hoffman, the founder of LinkedIn, gave us this legendary quote. And what's so interesting here is the mindset shift it demands. That feeling of embarrassment, that's not a sign you failed. It's a sign of speed. It means you chose learning from real people over hiding in your workshop. And that, my friends, is always the winning move. Now, the MVP mental model, it doesn't just exist on its own island. It's actually this powerful intersection of several timeless principles for smart thinking. And they're all pointing towards one thing: the immense power of simplicity. And this slide just brilliantly shows how it all connects. The MVP is the ultimate expression of keep it simple, right? It's Occam's razor in action, just slicing away all that complexity to find the most direct path to an answer. But the real superpower? It's how it weaponizes the 80-20 rule. An MVP relentlessly targets that 20% of work that's going to deliver 80% of the core value and, more importantly, 80% of the learning. Okay, so this strategy is clearly a game changer for building billion-dollar apps. But here's a question that could change how you approach, well, everything. What if you could apply this mental model to your entire life? See, this is where the MVP goes from being just a business tactic to a full-on life philosophy. Think of it as a generalized MVP. It's a universal framework for de-risking any new venture before you decide to go all in. Let's make this real. Instead of launching some massive new business strategy, you run a tiny one-week pilot program. Instead of restructuring your whole team, you test a new workflow with just 2 people. You want to write a book? Don't disappear for a year. MVP it. Write 1 chapter, publish it as a blog post, and see if anyone actually cares. You can test literally anything. All right, so you're ready to stop planning and start doing. How do you actually put this into practice? Well, it breaks down into this simple, repeatable 3-step loop that you can start using the second this explainer ends. Step 1, you gotta hunt down your single biggest, riskiest assumption, the one leap of faith your whole idea rests on. Is it that people will pay for it, that they'll even understand it? Isolate that one thing. Step 2, design the smallest, cheapest, fastest experiment you can possibly imagine to test that one assumption. Not the whole product, just a test. And step 3, launch. Put your test out there in front of real humans. Get that crucial feedback, good or bad, and use that data to iterate and build the next smarter version. So, when you strip it all away, what is the fundamental lesson of the MVP mental model? It's a radical redefinition of what the goal even is. So the crucial point is this: stop trying to be perfect. Start trying to learn. The person or the company that learns the fastest wins. Simple as that. The MVP isn't a product, it's a learning machine. You launch to learn, you learn to build, and you just repeat that cycle over and over until you've built something truly remarkable. So, did this explainer just unlock an idea you've been sitting on? If a project just popped into your head, do me a favor. Commit to it by hitting that like button right now. Let's make that physical action your very first step.
And now, for the best part. What was your single biggest aha moment from this? Drop it in the comments below. Seriously, reading through the collective wisdom of this community is where the real learning happens for all of us.
The MVP is a powerful tool, for sure, but it's just one tool. If you want to build an entire toolkit for smarter thinking and better decision-making, click the card right up there to dive into our entire Mental Models playlist. It's a real deep dive for us lifelong learners. So, I'll leave you with this one final urgent question. Forget next year or next month. What is the smallest, simplest version of your big idea that you can test this week? It's time to start.